Well, I'm here with Tom and Dick, the dynamic table building duo of the Woodshop here at Shell Point. And we got word that they just finished another project. And this is table number what, Dick?
26, I believe.
26 beautiful tables these gentlemen have made together. Some of them you've seen in the art shows and the craft shows around here. It's gorgeous tables. So tell us a little bit about this one, Tom.
Well, this is one made from African mahogany. I think most of you may have heard before about the Echo tree out at the Echo Farms, where we got this wood. That tree was planted by the founder back about 32 years ago, as I recall.
1982 it was planted.
1982.
Further back than that. And he planted it from a little seedling in a number 10 can. And it grew to a tree that was about 7.5 feet in circumference. Part of that tree came down in Hurricane Charlie and benefited us in terms of providing some of the wood that we've used for these tables and other things. It was slabbed up by Echo and set in a barn for a number of years. Dick and I saw it back in 2009. It was very rough. We couldn't really tell what it looked like, but it looked like it might be interesting. So we brought a piece back here, put it through the planer. Turned out to be absolutely beautiful grain. So.
Amazing wood, amazing. Now, Dick, this table has some unique features that you guys came up with. Tell us what makes it interesting and made it kind of difficult to make, I understand.
If you look at the top of the table and extend down over the back side of the end of it, that was originally one piece of wood. And we cut it at a 42.5 degree angle, and both pieces, separated them, biscuits in the joint, and then we put it back together again.
So
and
that grain matches perfectly there.
We would say perfectly, yeah.
Well, close enough.
Don't hit it with a microscope.
So, and this has some compound angles at the other end too, I see.
The piece that formed the front legs was originally one piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
We split that one piece of wood right in half, and then with the jointer we formed a 45 degree angle to it, and then put it back together with biscuits so that it forms the V front legs of the table. And
perfectly matching grain and what do you call the different look on the edge? What causes that different look?
Tom, tell him.
You know about that?
It's called spalting.
Spalting.
It's caused by a fungus in the tree, and usually that, gives the thing some character.
Yeah, it certainly makes it unique.
But in this case, where it's almost a book match situation, you see it on both sides.
Right, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous way to do that.
Sometimes when we've got too wide a piece of wood, splitting it down the middle, resawing it like that, and then decreasing the inside and putting it back together, we form the two outside edges. For instance, the bottom shelf. If you take a look at the bottom shelf, that was originally one piece of wood, but we split it right down the middle and then formed the angles that attach to the legs and then put it back together again. So I don't know if you can pick up the grain or not.
But sometimes what are simple angles to begin with, this 5 degree splay we call it, end up complicating some other part of the design, like this. This angle was pretty easy because that's 5 degrees. We could just cut that off at 5 degrees. It fits beautifully. Here, though, this 5 degree angle is complicated by the fact that it's meeting a piece that it's 45.
Right.
So it becomes a compound angle. And had the piece here been in one piece, it would have been very difficult to ever get that angle correct. So splitting it turned out to be advantageous, even though we didn't know it at the time.
And once again, you have another match grain situation. So very nice. So we don't know where this one's going to go yet, huh?
No, we're looking for somebody that wants to give us $1,500.
$1,500. So Yeah, now I understand we've got some, there's still some wood left, right?
Yes, we have.
Well, let's go take a look at that.
Okay.
All right. So this is some more of this African mahogany that came from that same tree.
Exactly, exactly.
Just hold that.
We had these pieces slabbed up a little thicker because at the time I was thinking, boy, this would make a beautiful, almost dining table, a trestle table perhaps. And so we had them slab it up in almost 2-inch thickness. Well, we soon found out that there are not many people at Shell Point that have room for anything like that. So we've had somewhat of a quandary into what we're ultimately going to do with these. We have about, I would say, 4 or 5 of these slabs, but they will be beautiful.
And you got a few more smaller pieces.
Yeah, this is the same tree.
2 of them, this one and this one have been sanded
Yeah,
to some degree.
So you can start to see the grain showing up there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see here, just cut by the sawmill, it's very difficult to see that grain. But when you plane that, you start to see all these intricacies of the grain. And that's when it really becomes beautiful. And that's what we saw when we brought the first piece back here and planed it. It really was.
Okay, well, great. We'll look forward to what you guys come up with for these pieces of wood. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful when you get to it. Well, thanks for sharing this latest one. It's gorgeous. And if you need a beautiful table, you know where to come.